or 6, I don't know. Beautifuls and beloveds. Okay, I just did a blooper, a faux pas, what do you call it? Outtake. I don't want to show the logo on the other side. I support no company anymore, except my own. Yeah, so it's like, but if I'm talking about hypothetically, I'm still thinking about things, and I don't know if I want to pay the price of losing everything I ever speak of on the phone, and then how do I know if it's legit or not, or if it's really happening, because it's a very cockamamie crazy way of doing business, and I don't appreciate it. I don't appreciate the hint drop sneaking in way trying to get to me. I don't like the setup, let's set up this and we'll just so happen to be in the same situation and place that she's in and we discover her. I discovered myself, people, long ago, okay? I don't need any corporation or film production company to discover me. I have Emmy nominations already. You know, we need to do regular business in an office and have agents and managers, or you approach my board. The phone numbers have been out there. None of that. I don't like all this funny stuff. You know, trying to create the fairy tale thing to have happen. My life is a nightmare fairy tale already. I've been surrounded by enough evil, wicked queen things, whatever they are, and you know, enough already. Okay, so all you people that may have inadvertently thought that I was giving you free stuff because the corporation's saying, oh no, Noelle works this way, she doesn't want to work face to face, that's a lie. I work face to face. We have documents signed. Because I'm seeing my dance ideas put on other people all in the same place. I'm like, oh my god. And I know the access point too. And then they somehow either say, oh, Noelle just wants you to have this for free, or they give it to another third party and say, you know what, why didn't you do a dance like this? This is just a freebie, I'm just giving it to you. And then really it was my idea. We caught people because we already did them. Some of them, yeah. And some were expansions upon another idea. They didn't know. This is when we were laying down a trap. You know, don't take the bait, beloveds. We put it all over our social media. And some of you took the bait anyway. And I'm like, we warned you. We were trying to find out who these people were. And we did. So, you know, I don't want to do business like that. Maybe there are people out there that enjoy that kind of stuff, but I don't want to have surveillance done to me illegally. Okay? I want to choose what I put out there in public. If I'm being an idiot and it's caught on camera, I want to be able to choose, okay, that idiocy is too funny. I know it makes me look bad, but I don't care. Put it out there. It's funny. I don't want to see other people redoing it. And then, because it's mine. You see what I mean? I believe in artist ownership. I believe in people owning their own stuff too. And if you say, oh no, free, what kind of artist are you? Or what kind of person are you? It's theft. Okay? And if you're the one who's saying that, maybe I need to look and see if you stole something from me. Really now. And I'm not talking about, oh, I do a grand jeté. Okay, everyone else is doing a grand jeté. Remember that one I did along the wall? And it's almost completely straight out. It's like that. Pretty close. It's really hard to capture it, especially with a bad camera, at the right time. And you can see the wall as an alignment thing. And then all of a sudden, everybody else had to compete and do the same thing, from professional dance companies to amateurs, using some kind of a horizon plane, you know. And I'm like, that was weird. So that started getting our motors running. Why do people keep emulating my photos, and how are they getting them? Some we didn't even put online on social media. So we did our homework. That's called the discovery phase, and we found out. But, you know, I don't want to do business like this, people. You know, you want to be original as an artist. You want to be able to take things and be able to be your own expression. There's nothing new under the sun, but that doesn't mean that everything should be stolen from me. That's like, damn, I'm inspiring everybody. But it wasn't inspiration, it was exact copies. And then it was my own ideas. And I didn't even get a chance to do them in some cases. And I'm like, no, why are you doing this? I mean, there's nothing in the law that's going to support you. So it just became too much. And it became too obvious. Again, lightning striking in that many places to the same person, the same way. It's like, no, we're not buying it anymore. And no, that's not. That's like, ooh, the neck popped. Ah, feels better. Slowly healing. My God. I don't have as much stretch. And I had a teacher who was worried about me injuring my neck in dance class. And I'm like, not making fun of you. I love you to pieces. You know that. But, irony, I don't know what you'd call it. I never get injured from dancing. It's always stupid stuff from outside. Okay. So anyway, I don't do business that way. I am saying this over and over again like a broken record because I'm not going to be the one that breaks here. You understand what I mean? I am going to win. I'm already winning. I can't have it happen anymore. I charge a good consulting fee. If you can't afford my consulting fee, too bad. Doesn't mean you get my stuff for free. Or maybe you approach me for a bartering thing. And maybe I don't, I'm not going to turn you into me. I don't have the time, And we had somebody approach me on that. And I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. And then my board's like, no, you won't. Don't you see what they're doing? And I'm like, oh, crap. Yeah, I guess you're right. So I'm like, forget it. I don't have the time and day. I'm not here put on this God's good earth necessarily just to teach somebody else to dance, to speak. I would have to get, compensated a certain way that was agreeable to me, and people just can't meet the mark because the thing is, then I'd be losing that of me. You see what I'm saying? Why would I do that? A good teacher teaches somebody how to do that particular skill to the best of that person's ability and not make mini-me's, that saying. What is that? That's not really teaching. That's an ego trip. It's not, vicariously living through somebody else, but I want to vicariously live through me. Can you do that? Does that make sense? I'm not done yet. To hell with you if you're saying I'm done. I'm not done yet. I'm not going around telling you you're done. Although, with some of the things some people have done to me, the court might say you're done in a major way. And some of you, the way you're behaving, know it. That desperate attempt trying to psychologically attack us more. You're just giving us more against you. Just hope you know that. What else? So, beloved, beautifuls and beloveds, especially, you have information, you want to be looked well upon, you have to help me now. People are going to be subpoenaed. I don't care where you are. You're going to tell the truth, or you're going to have problems. I'm having to tell the truth. I'm having to say, this is what it looks like, here's our evidence, here's this, it's pretty condemning. But you heard it from me first before it came out. I want you to know first. It's important to me that you know first. And you'll know why certain things had to happen in my life. I had to pull away from certain people, and there was more reasons behind it. I mean, at that time, we couldn't just come right out and say everything, because we had to be able to catch people in the act. We had to be able to, protect myself. Do you know what we're up against? This isn't some little, so-and-so did this type of thing, you get bullied in school. You get bullied in school, you don't have the richest, most powerful type people trying to come at you. Did you see the videos with all these cars trying to run us over? Helicopters in the air chasing us down. I'm like, this is nuts. you know? And it's like, if I didn't even have it on video, I wouldn't even like say, oh, okay, you know? And some were trying to make excuses of why certain things are happening, and then they ran the plates, and they're like, it's interesting how all these plates are coming from this certain place, and, you know, yeah. We did really good research. We're really, really good at this. You know, and then what we couldn't find out, we had friends to help us find things out legally. Everything done legally. We don't do anything illegally. Why? It's actually easier to do things legally, and it's good. You create the paper trail to show we did our due diligence. We did everything right. So sometimes that loud noise, for 2 years, it was really interesting. I had said, you know what, I can't get any of this creative stuff done with all this noise, the sirens and this and that. I just can't create. Okay, that's hyperbole. I can create in the worst situations and the best situations. Sometimes the best situations, it's too quiet and there's nothing coming in and I have no inspiration. So I have more inspiration the worse my life got. I have been more creative during this time than not. But something we learn as sound technicians, as filmmakers, and me as a speaker and as a dancer and auditor and all these things, you have to know about sound. And one of the tricks we used to use is outdoor noise. And if you can hear outdoor noise coming in to your headset, then you can level the balances of sound on set or on stage, wherever you may be. So anyway, like a few years ago, I was saying, I can't get any work done, it's too noisy. And then for 2 years straight, none of the sirens, all of the cops and fire department, they were redirected. Nobody had any loud engines or nothing here for 2 years. We have evidence of that because you know I have videos. That made us suspect too. I'm like, that's kind of coincidental. And I'm sure there's a story out there that, oh, well, they changed that because, you know, the traffic or anything like that. It's really stupid for anybody to do an emergency vehicle on this street. You know why? Because it is too trafficy and it actually causes more people delay. We're talking about emergency situations here, okay? It doesn't make any sense. So we, you know, shot down that whole BS argument too. And there's others, and we'll just keep shooting them down because we know the truth. And I'm like, wait a minute, why is that happening to coincide with the same exact time I said I can't get any work done? I was being, you know, hyperbole, and it was everything far from the truth. And then that time period, everything I said in private was stolen. Everything. And a lot of it we have recorded so we can say, look, they did this, I was saying this, access point, how'd they get it? Sound check. That's what I think this is now. For other people nearby, who could that be? To hear. Are they getting a good sound reading in the sound level? So they make outdoor noise happen, and then we can hear certain things happen here. And you've been hearing it because it's been recording all this time. Certain things being moved and placed and moved depending on where I am. And, you know, all this is recorded, so we're protected. We find it very interesting that this is happening, you know? Because it's just so strange. And then these things, like, if the muse is upon me at a very strange hour of the night, we'll do a video. Certain people hear me talking. Or say I'm not doing a video, but the security cameras in here are running still. And I'm talking to one of my family members or a friend who's sleeping over or something. And then those words end up in the media. I'm like, what's going on? And at the same time, we'll hear certain sounds from neighbors. And I'm like, what are they doing up at this time? And we're not being loud. We're not playing loud music or anything like that. It's like, how do they know? And then it's like, if myself or my son go into our kitchen, all of a sudden our neighbors have to go into their kitchen. It's like, are they tracking us with some infrared device, or can they hear that well? And then of course they turn the faucet on to make it look legit. And then, you know, one time I said, let's see what our theory is right. See, they test it with science. So we ran into the bathroom, and they had to go to the bathroom at the same time. We ran in there. And then we ran back into the living room, and they followed us back into the living room. We ran into one bedroom, and then quickly we were being mirrored, tracked. I'm like, bingo. And we have it all recorded too. And I'm like, let's try it again another day. So if it keeps happening over and over again, that's lightning striking twice in the same place. But 1,000 times? 10,000 times? Come on now. The chance and probability of that happening go less and less and less, unless it's planned. So they were using the fact that I love God and I see signs. But the thing I learned is how to test the signs. I ain't going to tell you how I do that now, because they're hearing and they'll see this, and I'm like, yeah, you guys are screwed. And I said, okay, there is no way that all of this can happen, because I did the math and everything, and I was like, it's still happening. It's either God, which they really wanted me to believe, or it's planned. There was no other way around it. So we found out a way how to tell the difference between a godly action happening for real and a planned event. And I was like, this is brilliant. We can never mention this. So we found out. And I'm like so happy about that. So that was also another means of our, research. And I don't care if they hear this. I hope they get very afraid. I'm not going to be afraid anymore. Once you know what you're dealing with, it's so much easier. Okay, so now this is totally like dance and ballet related. So my shoulders, because I always carried a lot of tension in my shoulders. Look at this. Look how nice that is now. So there's something that I can thank. I don't want to go through another accident so I can become an even better dancer. I'm not even saying that. But look at that. I now can lift my elbows up because my shoulders are in the right place. It wasn't horrendously ugly to look at, like, my ballet lines, but because I couldn't isolate and figure out how to drop my shoulders, and physical therapy has helped me, I now can have much better lines. And not that I was pterodactyling, looks like a pterodactyl, right? My arms, but the elbows needed to go up, but I was going like this, so I was like, why is that? I don't like that. Why is it doing that? But I couldn't figure out how it all worked with the shoulder and the arm and all of this. So you actually have to rotate them and pull them down at the same time. It's not just pulling your shoulders back and like this. There's a place, see? I would just go, okay, I rolled my shoulders, and they're still be up. You actually have to roll them up, over, down, and in. For whatever reason, it just clicked and worked with therapy, physical therapy. I don't know. And all my teachers, I'm so sorry that I was like, not getting it. I knew what you were saying, but I just like, why isn't it working for me? So now I'm like, and I knew you had to make it look like it was ramping down. But look at this. I'm going to show this off because I'm so proud of myself. See, there's a difference between this. My shoulders aren't up like this, but look at when you place it down, it engages in the socket, and I had to figure out that whole thing. And see, this is now down instead of up, and it really triangles, angles here, and I'm like, oh, I already have a long neck, and it makes it look longer, and I'm so happy. It looks so pretty now. I had to just get away from all this madness for a second and just talk about this stuff. Yay. So anyway, also another tactic that I'm doing, because I know this device is being accessed and I know my voice is being listened to in other means, and no matter how hard we try to get rid of the equipment and fix things, it's been very challenging. They keep finding out what we're using somehow. You know, I want to say this to everybody. One of the legitimate tactics, and this is something the LAPD and other of our friends, not that all of LAPD is our friend, but we do have friends within the LAPD. I just want to clarify that, just so it makes sense. And it's a known tactic, and it's a very good one. Let people know your name, your enemies. Let them see your face. Let them hear your voice. Get them to know you. And this is exactly why I was doing my videos, to show somebody who I never saw them like as an enemy like what I'm dealing with now. Okay, not even close to the same level, but they were very aggressive towards me for whatever their reasons. I still don't understand. I want to understand someday, but I'm starting to think that they were a marionette of somebody else's aggressions filtering through. Long story. It's very likely that's what it is. So I started making these videos so that person could get to know me, to know the good things about Jesus, the things I'm grappling with, the things I don't like at all, like hatred with, like, how could a loving God let so many suffer? And then again, stop blaming God for Satan's work, that thing. And I wanted them to get to know me, because they're less likely to attack. Yeah. And they start to see you as a human being and not devalue you or dehumanize you. And then I saw that I also had a gift for speaking. I always knew that anyway, but I saw it was really a great gift. And I wanted to make what was meant for one heart be for others. Plus, it was also a means for me to warn this human being as I saw reality unfold before my eyes, maybe help them. And now I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that we both love each other, and it started that way, and then, well, you know, things happened. But I am not ever going to call this person anything other than friend. If they behave unfriendly towards me, they have issues. And they need to just straighten that out. But, yeah, I'm not seeing that person like enemy or anything like that. And I think what I did help them and helped me, too. And help other people who were listening. It's so bizarre, huh? Just like my red ribbons, what was meant for one heart turned out to be meant for many. And I'm not going to stop dancing my red ribbons. We dance to other things, I dance to other things too, but that's my primary cause, you know? I want some little girl or little boy out there to know that you could be broken. That's a brokenness, right? In this way, and know that one little girl grew up. That little girl is me, and she is whole, and I can't say I'm completely happy. Once we deal with these corporations and people who are messing around with us, then we'll get there, right? But she's a fighter, and she's strong, and she didn't succumb to it, and she kept fighting, even the Goliaths. Do you have a Goliath in your life? I've had so many. Oh my God. So many. And the pebble of truth always took each one down. It has to be that way. You have to be the innocent. What they're trying to make you a propitiation, a sacrifice. Well, I ain't nobody's sacrifice. I ain't no martyr. I get myself off that cross. That was done for me and for you by Jesus Christ, Lord and Savior, okay? I am not that. But bullies try to make you the scapegoat, the propitiation in a bad, negative way. And you just have to fight that too. And you fight that because you're the innocent. The Bible says, let no one mock or make fun of your youth, or don't give them reason to blame your youth. Don't give them reason. That means be as upstanding as you possibly can within reason. And so all the Davids had that. You know, I see myself as a David too against the Goliath. You will win because you have the element of truth. And then you have the evidence and the facts and all of that. So I want to tell all of those that I represent, and at times you represented that for me, that you know, be a David, and you can slay your Goliath with a small pebble of truth. Bad guys will always win. I read the end of every book. Bad guys always lose. The good guy, did I say the bad guys always win? Sorry. The good guys always win. I read the end of the book. The bad guys always lose. This was something that was taken from me too. I did a whole video about this, and my whole video is taken. A lot of it is showing up on Fox News. I'm really, you know, I don't think that they're completely conservative at all. I don't think that they're unbiased at all. I think they're leaning more towards liberal lately. I could be wrong, but that's what it looks like to me. I never even watched that, but somebody's like, Noelle, I think your stuff's showing up on here. Check it out. What is that? And a lot of this going on. Let's get back to another element. What time? Okay, I'm gonna wrap with this maybe. Another element I want to talk about is staged people in your life. People put in there, people hired to be in your life. This is something that's been going on for a long time. You know, the thing about arranged marriages, well, that's going on in the corporate realm, but it's not just with corporate people. You know, some people have been trying to get into our families because of my copyright and my value. You know, they ain't getting anything. Whoever it is, we are purposely putting names in our will saying they cannot have any of it and their offspring cannot have any of it. Sorry. I'm talking about the ones of late. Jig is up. You know, people are after my copyright and everything. That's why they're not letting it, you know, get too high up there, because you know how it works, right? We discovered this one artist and it was an obscure book and it's just amazing. And then they catapult it with their control. You see how they do it? And then they go to the heir who doesn't know any better, supposedly, because it's too far removed. Ain't gonna happen to me. We know about it now. Wow. Not bad for a dumb dancer, huh? Maybe I never was dumb. Maybe dancers aren't dumb. They have other issues sometimes. Oh my god. I love them all though. Interesting. So, guys, beautifuls and beloveds, there's been a lot of strange things happening, and they just shouldn't be happening in my life or anybody's lives. I'm putting an end to it. I'm so happy about it, and finally it all makes sense now. You know, go your whole life with these things happening like this and you're not able to explain them. There's a reason, an explanation for everything. I totally believe that. So I'm finding that out. I found out why certain people were, like I said, in my life, and sometimes it was to try to get me to sign documents. Sometimes it was, you know, try to manipulate something in my life to get it to happen, and use my company as a conduit, trying to infiltrate my company with their people, and, you know, oh, let's get her board to like this younger version of her better. That, no, it doesn't work that way. Okay? I am this. Once I am gone, nobody's touching my stuff. Whatever was created remains intact, and that is it. Nobody's going to be able to do my choreography again. It's mine. I don't have to. You know, maybe Martha Graham and all those other people, I don't know if they legitimately did it and passed it on, But I don't have to do that if I don't want to. You know, sometimes I wonder if it's sacrilegious and it's not a good thing for the artist. You know, why can't I just let my work be what it is?